Hey everyone, so today is gonna be part 4, maybe part 5, I don't fucking know, of my palette collection. So you are gonna see palettes in here that I don't use because they aren't cruelty free. I'm filming this around the time, I think it's been a couple days now, since I filmed my purging this. And I want to just go ahead and film everything while they were over here. I am getting rid of some of this, just so you know. One of them being the One Wild Comfort Zone. I really only got it because I wanted that shade right there. But I don't use any of the other ones, so getting rid of that one. And it's not cruelty free. Then we have Dream Street, which used to be one of my favorites. I still love it. It's just not in my top favorites anymore. You can tell I loved the shit out of this. Especially that one. That was literally my favorite shade. Next we have the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. I can't even tell. Is this the purple one? I think it's Bling Gloss. Yeah, it's the purple one. It's okay. Obviously, I've used it better. But it's better than the Dark Magic one. So, I've kept it around for that reason. But yeah. Next up, we have Too Faced Sweet Peach. I don't buy from Too Faced anymore. They're boring, and I don't like what they stand for. And everyone and their mom used to love this palette. I don't like it. I've used it better, but when I got it at the time, I thought it was amazing. It still smells like fake peaches, though. I still like the scent of it. I know a lot of people don't. But it's just not what I use anymore. But I will keep it and use it because it was so freaking expensive for what it was. But yeah. Next up is Morphe 9B. It's one of their smaller little palettes. I don't use browns at all. So I'm probably going to end up giving this to my niece because she loves eyeshadow, she loves browns. She just loves makeup in general, but I hate browns. I don't even know why I got this palette. I don't even like browns. But it is good. Like, the mattes are actually good in this palette. And Morphe, they're not an eyeshadow formula that I really like, but they are good, for this palette at least. Next up we have the ColourPop Cute AF or the Yes Please palette. It says both, so I have no freaking idea which one it is. I love ColourPop, but I don't like this palette. I don't know, I don't really like the oranges or the reds. I don't like the warm tones. I'm not a warm tone fan. So I don't even know why I got this palette. So I will be getting rid of it, but yeah. Next up is the original Carly Bible in BH Cosmetics. Love the shit out of this palette. Like, you can tell that I use the shit out of there. I don't really like it anymore. I love these highlights, but the eyeshadows are just so boring now that I just don't use it. But I love Carly and I wanted to support her, so that's why I had gotten this. But and like the little sequin front is really cute. Next up is the Profusion palette. So we have the Siennas. This is a really good palette, okay? Ow! That one crumbled. The mattes in here are so freaking good. So if you are a warm tone lover, you like oranges, reds, browns, yellows, this is gonna be for you. Like, that yellow is more striking in person. The shimmers are freaking amazing, but I'm someone who doesn't really like warm tones, so I don't hardly ever use this, which is why it's over here in this corner. So that is the Sienna's palette. Next up is the Picante palette by Carity. This is another thing for warm tone lovers. It's a lot more vibrant in person. Warms, reds, oranges, that gold right there is like super gold. It looks like that Fenty gold that everyone loves. Like, it is a super pigmented shimmer shade. Like, it's a really good palette, but again, I don't really care for warm tones, which is why it's over here. And then we have the Profusion Berries, probably my favorite Profusion palette, literally for the reason of I love that pink. It is a hot pink. It is such a pigmented hot pink. I just love it so much. It's so good. To this part of the corner, we have CoverGirl. we have the Peach Punch. I don't wear it that much because I'm not really into peachy colors. I like brighter shades. But this is amazing. The shimmers are so soft and just beautiful. We have the CoverGirl Chocoholic. This can get so dark and smoky and it smells like chocolate. Like, it's amazing. And the shimmers are amazing as well. And then we have the CoverGirl Jewels. There's like one satin and the rest are shimmers. So there's like 4 shades in here I like. So the green, the gold, the satin pink, and I think it was this one. Like this neutral pinky color, mauve pink. That's it. The purple, the blue, this black sequin shade, and this white, I'm not a fan of. But I do kind of like it, so. Then we have Afrique, I don't know how to pronounce it still, by Juvia's. It is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. I love Juvia's Place formula. It's so just creamy, it's buttery, and it blends like a dream. They have some of the most pigmented shadows ever. So if you really like color, I would suggest this palette. Then we have the ColourPop Good Sport palette. I haven't used this one too much, but I do really like it. The shimmers are probably some of their best shimmers ever in this palette. And like that purple is striking. This is probably one of their better palettes. I just don't know why I don't use it too much. Then we have ColourPop again. Element of Surprise, and not one of my favorites anymore. It used to be. It can create, surprisingly, because it looks so brown and bland looking at it, it can create a super purple look, which is surprising, but it's not one of my favorites. I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Salvaje? It was the ColourPop and Becky G collab palette. I literally got it because of one, the shimmer, or actually those 2 shimmers and the blue. That's literally the only reason why I got this palette, but it is a good palette, just not my favorite. Next is the Nubian by Juvia's, just a basic palette. So if you are a beginner in makeup and you just want browns, this is a really good palette for you. These are some of the most blendable browns I've ever used. I just don't use browns. Then Juvia's Saharan, probably my least favorite one. And it's just because I don't use these shades. Like, these shimmers up there are beautiful, but I'm not a fan of the reds. I don't really use the shimmers down here too much. So it's probably my least favorite, but I still like Juvia's Place. It's still a good formula, just the color options aren't my favorite anymore. Next is the Tribe by Juvia's. It's that green one. I love this palette. You do have to work with it because the greens can be hard to blend. But once they do blend, they are so striking and smoky. And that shimmer is like a lime, not a lime, like an iridescent green shade. It is so fucking gorgeous. I love this palette. Love it. And then last but not least, I'm just going to keep it over here. It is the BH Zodiac palette. I don't like the mattes, I like the shimmers. So, I'm not someone who knows much about Zodiac, so I don't know if the colors coordinate. I don't think they do, is what I've heard people say that do know more about it. But the shimmers are fucking amazing, and you can tell by how much I've used them. I don't really care for the mattes, though. I don't really like BH mattes, but that is the last bit of my palette collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing a Christmas look, so I need to keep some of these palettes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, what am I trying to say? This palette collection. Wow, I can't speak. Can't think. Because I love to tell you guys about what I got. So, let me know what you like throughout here in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is probably the last one for the year, which is crazy. So, I will see you guys in January. Bye, guys.